You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John.
All right. Greetings, Earthlings, and locally hated nail salon technicians. This is Last Night's Coffee, episode 182. I'm Chuck. That's John. And let's go.
I like how you get that low voice for every intro. You get that like you set the tone real quick.
So much, you may even get tired of winning. You say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I say, no, it isn't.
Stop the winning.
We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to
No,
win
Mr.
so much.
President.
I love you all.
Now, see, what was the guy? You remember the guy that back during that one election, he's like, we're going to da-da-da, and then we're going to, and he's like, ah!
And then, pyaw. That's what it was. He did the old, pyaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Tim. I cannot remember his last. It wasn't Tim Walz.
No,
the
it wasn't
vice
Tim
president.
Walsh. This was before that.
I'm pretty sure his first name was Tim. Chappelle's show had a big skit on it, and it was classic.
See, that Trump knew when to stop.
He didn't do the pyaw.
He didn't go, pyaw!
Dude, if he had hit like a big old coming a yeehaw or something like that, I would have loved it.
Or, yeah, brother.
Yeah, dude. Yes. You know what I'm saying, brother.
Oh, Trump's been busy this weekend, but so have we. What'd you do this weekend, John?
Man, I had actually did a lot this weekend, man. Saturday I had a little date night with my wife. We went
Nice.
We dropped the kids off at the grandparents' house. Well, it wasn't a date night, it was a date lunch, to be honest. But we dropped the kids off with the grandparents. We went to Chili's because my wife has been craving. Apparently, there's this TikTok trend about Chili's mozzarella sticks that has been going around since like summer of last year.
I have not seen it.
Dude, they have these Nashville hot mozzarella sticks.
Oh, I've had them, but I hadn't seen the TikTok.
Oh, you've had the Nashville hot mozzarella sticks?
Dude.
Dude,
that's a different level.
That's one of the best food items I've ever eaten. I got to admit, this TikTok trend was on point. Those are so good. Apparently, it was come up by some teenagers who were just hanging out at Chili's.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, make me your fried mozzarella sticks, but then douse them in your Nashville hot and then fry them a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, man, the Parmesan and that hot sauce, like they're not even that spicy by the time you get all the flavors in your mouth mixed together. It's amazing how they've done that.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat. Well, dairy kills heat anyway. And
when you mix all of that cheese and the pull on those things, the cheese pull on those things is literally as long as you want to go.
Yeah.
Like if you had someone stretch that thing to the other side of the restaurant, it would probably do that. The cheese pull is unreal.
Don't get them thinking they're going to taste like mozzarella sticks.
Right. This is a new thing. Just get it expecting a new thing.
Yeah.
And you will not be disappointed. Now, I did have their honey chipotle mozzarella sticks as well. That was not near as good. The sticky and thickness of their honey chipotle sauce was not good with the mozzarella sticks.
Now, it's good on chicken.
It's perfect. I also got their honey chipotle chicken crispers. I got the triple dipper, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And my wife got the triple dipper, so we could just try a bunch of stuff. And
my go-to at Chili's is the crispers and waffles with the honey chipotle on it. I seized up there. I mean, it was like I was glitching.
Old McConnell, old Glitch McConnell on us over there. No, you did kind of sound like a record skipping right there. But so that's your go-to?
Yeah, at Chili's, that's my go-to. It used to be the baby back ribs, but I mean, They were good back in the day when you didn't know how to make your own.
Yeah, right. So
my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
it's so classic. It's so classic. Look, me and my wife were having this discussion. I don't know if it's just we've gotten to that age now, but Chili's, I feel like, was slept on for a long time. Like there's I think it's still slept on. Like it is a very fine restaurant.
Out of that category, that would be the Applebee's and the
TGI Fridays.
TGA Fried, yeah. It's the best. O'Charlie's, because O'Charlie's didn't make it.
Yeah, are they all closed or just some?
I haven't seen any in a minute.
Yeah, I know the Noonan one closed.
It's better than like Miller's Ale House.
Yeah.
That grade of restaurant, I think, is the top one, and people don't realize it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The chips.
Oh, man, their chips are really good. And they've got some awesome dips that go with it. That chili con queso dip or whatever is so good, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a date night, dude. I know I got to keep this thing rolling. I just realized.
Would you like before we move on from Chili's, would you like a quick Chili's fact?
Yes, I would. Give me something.
Carroll Shelby was the money man behind it, and I think it was one of his son-in-laws.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I had no idea.
Yep.
Well, that makes me want to support him even more, kind of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Carroll Shelby himself. Some of the things he accomplished. Pretty fascinating. So let's see. After the date night, lunch, we came home, hung out, got some awesome shots of the moon. That crescent moon,
dude, that moon
was looking
awesome.
Yeah. So I got some awesome shots of that in my telescope that night. And Chucker, I got this thing so dialed in. So I've got a 25 millimeter lens. That's the best lens I've got to put into my telescope.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got what's called a baro lens, which times that by 3. So like that's what a baro lens does. It magnifies times 3, whatever you've got in it. So I had such a close-up shot of the moon that I could, in real time, just watch it leave my telescope view. Like, just sit there and watch it. Like, in real time, I could see it moving. It was like this. It was like that fast.
Wild.
It was so fascinating to watch. And I got my family interested in it. Like, my wife was like, she couldn't believe how she was seeing the shadows set by craters. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could see the shadows on the moon of the crater that the craters were giving.
So are you saying the moon is real?
I'm saying I would have loved for a flat earther to have been here and explained that to me.
Yeah. Dude.
I would have loved that.
So we went to Captain D's Saturday night.
Oh man, King of Captain D's.
I had to go check on my kingdom.
King of Captain D's. You did not check prices, right?
No.
You were not at all worried about how much you were going to spend.
I went in there and got the 15-piece shrimp, and I think it's 15. Yeah, 15-piece
What's your
shrimp.
biggest meal of shrimp you've got?
Like ever?
No. That's what you walk in there ordering.
Oh,
you walk in there.
I thought she was asking a question. I thought she was asking me, what's my biggest meal of shrimp? Because
that's how you order when you walk into Captain D's. You're just like, what's the biggest meal you've got here? And then I need more.
I added a piece of fish.
Of course you did. What kind of fish was it?
Fish.
the fish at Captain D's.
the Captain D's fish.
House fish.
House fish. I believe it's cod.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
It's not a bad fish.
Right.
We've said this before. Captain D's fast food fish is, you can do it. They do it decently.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm. I can't do it, man.
You can't do Captain D's fast food fish.
I can't do any fast food seafood. None of it. I go to none of the places.
Dude, I'll hit that Long John Silver sometimes. if I can find one.
Exactly. I can't do any of them, dude. None of them. I don't want anything to do with fast food seafood.
Get that vinegar.
Nope.
Put that vinegar on the fish. Put the vinegar on the hush puppy. A vinegar on your hush puppy. A little bit of vinegar. Get it soaked in your fries while you're doing
I don't do it, man. I don't do it. I don't mind seafood. I love seafood.
Right.
I just typically, I will not eat it from fast food. I just don't. I don't go to those places, man.
Our choice was either go to Captain D's or drive to Pike County.
Why?
Because we don't have a seafood restaurant in Griffin anymore.
Oh, so you had to have seafood that night.
I wanted seafood.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, how you get to that place where it's Captain D's or Pike County. When those are your options.
I had been looking at some places to eat at in Panama City, so I got to want some shrimp.
Yeah.
And now it don't compare, but it got me through.
Right.
So
it scratch the itch? Did it scratch the itch?
It scratched it.
I got you.
Probably made it worse. It probably just spread the itch. It was like poison ivy.
Dude, I got to tell you, one thing I did on Sunday, speaking of fast food and all that, I went to a leadership training class type thing. That was put on at this church, and it was the Chick-fil-A leadership model, like the serve. It's called serve leadership model. It's, and the guy that was putting it on is retired Chick-fil-A, like high up the ladder, high up the food chain with Chick-fil-A. And he traveled the world apparently putting on this training course for Chick-fil-A.
For the best chicken.
Right. Well, here's the thing. They in 1982, he said, they were plummeting. Their sales were plummeting. They could not figure it out.
What are they doing now?
Huh? Oh, their sales are skyrocketing. Yeah.
Please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much.
Stop the winning.
We have to keep winning.
So now they're winning, but anyway.
They are winning now. But in 82, their sales were plummeting, so they had a leadership convention retreat type thing.
Right.
All the leaders got together. All the leaders of Chick-fil-A got together, and Dan Cathy was like, we've got to figure this out. And everybody was thinking, we've got to just drive up sales. We've got to figure out how to drive up sales. And Dan Cathy came up with the idea of like, what do we want people to experience here? And it wasn't chicken. Like that would be your first guess, right? But it was just that people would have a pleasant experience and that no one would leave with a bad experience. It didn't have I forget exactly what they came up with, but it didn't have anything to do with chicken. Okay.
Right.
And then at the end of all this, when Dan Cathy has kind of stepped away for the most part, he's not having a big role. All the leaders, all the leadership in Chick-fil-A buys him this statue that's now at Chick-fil-A headquarters.
Are you getting Dan mixed up with Truett?
Yes. I'm sorry. Okay. I think I am.
Because Dan's the son.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I kept saying Dan. Yeah, you're
right. Daggum, John.
I know. Thank you for correcting me. So when Truett's kind of stepping away, they get him this statue. Yeah, I know. I was
doing the math. Like at that time, Dan was still cutting lemons.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. So this is Truett. When he steps away, they give him this humongous statue of Jesus washing feet.
Oh wow!
And it was just like, it was a representation of, this is the type of leadership you've shown us. Like you were this type of leader where you would wash your disciples' feet. It was, speaking of fast food, like that really drove home to me, like Chick-fil-A's business model. They don't necessarily care about the chicken. The chicken is secondary. It just kind of follows suit of, they want you to have a good experience.
Right. It's about service.
It's about service. It's about like, oh, I felt good there. Like, oh man. And when you come back with that kind of business model, that's really fascinating how successful you can be.
Now, we got Truett's and Chick-fil-A in Griffin, and people are discovering that Truett's cost more.
Really?
Yeah, by like
for a regular old chicken sandwich?
Yeah, but guess where I'm going? I'm going Truett's.
Why?
Because I like Truett's. It's the same thing, and I don't mind paying more because it's closer to my house than the other Chick-fil-A, and I don't like going downtown.
Right. So yeah, you don't have to go all the way into town.
I don't really like people that much, so I don't have the bandwidth to handle the people downtown.
The Truett's in Griffin, when I used to go there, this was like 20 years ago, was awesome. It was super cool when I used to go there. Is it still that kind of, is it that still same retro feel in there and all that?
Yeah, and you go sit at the counter.
Yeah.
You know, you can kind of go old school and sit at the counter, or you can get fast food or whatever,
right.
You know.
Right. I really like that about them. Now the Truett's in Noonan, it's not like that at all. It's a big building, huge, and it's not got that retro feel to it at all. Now what they do have, which is pretty cool, is like a train track that goes above you.
Don't they have the containers? Didn't they make that one out of containers? No,
I don't think so.
Oh, I might have been dreaming. Dude, I took some Tylenol PM this weekend.
Oh, Lord, what did that do to you?
I had some weird dreams. I was so busy. You know,
what kind of dreams? Tell me about your Tylenol PM dreams.
I don't know. I was just busy.
In your dreams, you were busy?
Yeah. I had to get there. I was stuck in Jackson with one headlight.
Like a Wallflower song, dude.
I didn't make it home. I woke up.
Oh. Did you crash? Is that what woke you up?
No, I just woke up.
Didn't get pulled over? Nothing? You were just driving along?
One headlight.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, they said we could make it home, but we didn't. We just woke up. But it was weird, dude. I was busy all night. Busy. I don't know what I dreamed about, but I just know I was busy.
Was it only getting back from Jackson?
I just remember being in Jackson.
Oh.
And I was busy.
Man, I feel like there's a country song in that. I was busy trying to get home from Jackson.
Look, I want somebody to write me a country song. I don't write songs. But I was thinking about the other day, I've seen Freebird live. No, I've heard Freebird live and seen Dale Earnhardt win. That's a country song, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I'm with you, man. Totally.
Now, I don't know how to put that together in a country song.
Yeah, but a songwriter does.
Yeah, I know a guy. And next time I see him, I'm going to pitch it and be like, look, you don't have to give me any credit. I just want to hear Brent Cobb singing on the radio. Brent Cobb, whatever his freaking name is.
Look, I think at the break, I've got a pretty good idea. We need to type it into ChatGPT. Have ChatGPT write you a country song about that.
You type it in chat. Pat. You do chat, and I'll do GROK.
Okay, we're not there yet. We're not to the ad break yet. We got to talk about it a little bit more. This weekend, do you want to give a Super Bowl prediction about this weekend?
Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you're an idiot to bet against the Chiefs. However, I think Philadelphia does have the better team, but you're an idiot to bet against the Chiefs. Let's put it that way.
The Chiefs by a penalty that is questionable. Next.
Spring training begins. The Atlanta Braves are going to be taking the field soon in spring training. I know you don't keep up.
Report.
Yeah, I know you don't keep up with baseball very much, Chucker. But how do you feel about the Braves' chances this year? What do you feel? Do you feel good energy when we're talking about the Braves? What is it?
I'm going to tell you how the Braves season is going to go. We're going to come out of the gate hot.
Yeah.
We're going to be hot till the All-Star break. And then right there at the trade deadline,
we'll make some moves.
We're going to make the wrong moves.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is going to get hot, and we're just going to have a mediocre season, make the playoffs, but maybe probably a wild card in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Our hopes are going to be high, though.
Our hopes are going to – dude, May is going to be awesome for a Braves fan.
Yeah. Every May is awesome.
Every May is awesome. We got it this year, boys.
Didn't
it's
we tell
going
you?
to be our year. And then it's not.
Yeah.
then it's not.
So other than
Not at
that,
all.
we have Puxatawny Phil. We had Groundhog Day passed.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? How do you feel? He saw his shadow. We are gonna have a long winter, he says. What do you think about it? Is global warming true? That's what I'm asking.
Well, I don't go by Puxatawny Phil. I prefer to keep it a little bit more local. At Dawson Trails, we have General Beauregard Lee.
That's right.
And
what did
I'm
he
going,
say? You don't even know.
I got it pulled up. We will see an early spring or 6 months most.
Okay, so he's not calling for long winter.
No, I don't know. If he hadn't seen the shadow, we would have been early spring. Look, Sandhill cranes are headed north this weekend. So watch the birds, man. Watch the birds. Birds don't get it wrong.
Birds aren't real, dude.
Dude, birds are real. Sandhill cranes never get it wrong.
My favorite conspiracy of all time. Birds aren't real.
But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Elon, the world's greatest video game player.
He video game lies, dude. I know we're kind of switching gears fast and hard here, people, but keep up with us. Our boy Elon Musk, for all the things he does well and he does right. For all the things he does well and right. He's a video game liar. He video game lies.
Is that the new equivalent of people that cheat at golf?
Ooh, dude, for sure. For sure.
Like you go on a business, like you're doing a business deal, and if the guy cheats at golf, he's not a good businessman.
Yes, absolutely. If you play Elon and if you play someone in Quake or Call of Duty or any of those games, and they've clearly got cheats going on. Yeah, for sure.
So like in iRacing, you're not supposed to share accounts. You could be banned from the server.
Really?
Luckily, me and my son have the same name.
Yeah, that's there you go.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Right.
And I will not race online now because he's got his rating up so high that if I get on there, I just run simulated races.
Oh, it would be like video game lying if you went in there and played for him,
right?
Or if he played for you,
right?
Basically,
that'd be video game lying, and they will kick you off the server for it.
Yeah, because that's what he was doing. That's essentially what Elon was doing. He claimed to be the best Quake player in the world, right? And then somehow actually got his ranking up to number 1. And allegedly he was paying people to do this. And I think he's admitted to it at this point. But he was paying players to play for him to get his video game rating up to number 1 in the world at the game Quake. I'm pretty sure that's how it worked.
In Elon's defense, okay, that's pretty good management of people to be able to pick out the people to play to get your score up.
Okay, but what kind of freaking psycho do you have to be to be like, I'm gonna pay? I'm the richest man in the world, so I'm gonna pay. I just think that's such a psychotic thing to do. To just wake up and be like, I want to be the number 1 video game player in the world, so I'm going to pay someone else to make me the number 1 video game player in the world. I just think that is so psychotic, man.
Yeah.
And to think that he was doing it while running Twitter and while running SpaceX and while doing this Doge stuff. Like, come on, man.
Right. It's crazy, dude.
He video game lies.
Let's take an ad break.
Let's do it.
Thanks for sticking with us through this ad break, guys. I'm here to tell you about one of our sponsors, Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. You can check her out at movingcoweta.com for all of your real estate needs. in the metro Atlanta area. That's movingcoweta.com. Eileen Ayers with Bush Realty. Now back to the show.
All right. Are we back?
We're back, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to last night's coffee. What you doing, John?
Well, Chucker, I'm just here hanging out, as you can see, in my home studio.
We get to use the same voice.
I'm so glad
one
you
thing
don't talk like that, man. Holy
One thing we didn't touch on is last week Charlie went and swam with manatees.
Yeah, dude. He got the opportunity to go to the Gulf of America, right? Gulf of America.
Oh, speaking of the Gulf of America, dude, I'm listening to a book about the Gulf. It's 20 hours long. It's a history book.
Whoa.
And
you need to shoot that my way.
The Spanish is free on Audible, by the way.
Perfect.
And they talk about your Indians and your mound builders.
Perfect.
And the Spanish are freaking idiots.
Yes.
The Spanish, spoiler alert, the Spanish died of starvation in Tampa Bay. What?
There's so much wildlife there.
They were eating their horses and then they had to go to cannibalism.
There's so much wildlife there. Had they forgotten how to hunt or trap or even gather nuts, gather berries, gather mushrooms, gather fruit?
At that time, there was more fish in Tampa Bay than you could throw a rock at.
Okay, so did they forget how to net?
It wasn't in their way of thinking.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Well, yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about all the land you've got and all the dense jungle, essentially, that's there in unkept Tampa. And yet you've got this gulf full of
fish,
beautiful fish. I mean, overrun with fish, probably.
Freaking sheep's head.
Yeah, you could gather conchs and eat for days, probably.
Mangrove snappers.
You know what I mean? Like you could eat off of shells for days, probably at that time. Whatever you got out of that shell.
Do you know why they died? Why they didn't eat the fish? Why didn't they think to eat the fish?
Okay, tell me, please.
They were from inland Spain, so it wasn't on their menu.
Oh my gosh!
How dumb!
Oh my god!
How dumb are you got to be to go? You know, that looks like it could eat.
That's proof against Darwinian evolution, right there.
Yeah.
Like when you get a big group of people together, they can become super dumb.
And the Native Americans that they were coming in contact with,
they're just sitting there watching these people go crazy.
That's all they ate was of the sea.
Yeah. They're watching these people go nuts, start eating each other. Like it's just this long-term observation experiment from the natives. Just like, what?
Yeah, for one, they got lost. They were trying to go to Texas, and they ended up in Tampa Bay.
Right.
Because they didn't know what west was. I don't know. I didn't. You know how it is when you're listening to a book at work. You kind of just miss parts.
Well, I know how it is when you get out on the open water.
Right.
And you can't see nothing.
Right. But they're like, oh, no, we're in Texas. We're in Mexico. And somebody's like, well, why is the sun setting in the ocean instead of
right. Or eventually you can tell the difference.
But yeah, man, I don't want to spoil the book for you, but I mean it's 20 hours long. I'm only like 6 hours into it.
Okay, I cannot wait, man.
And I found this book because I was rage watching Fox News this weekend. I was trying to find out about the plane crashes, and they were talking about changing the name to Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Yeah.
And this guy had written a book about that it is the American Sea, the Gulf.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we border more of it than anybody.
Okay.
So why not?
Okay.
But this guy's going through the history of it. And I'm like, man, I'm going to look that book up on Audible. And sure enough, I found it and it was free.
Nice.
And he's got another one on the American Bald Eagle that I think I'm going to listen to after.
Oh, does he narrate it?
No, narrator is, he's not.
That might turn me off. That's my one issue with audiobooks.
I mean, after you get about 30 minutes in, you're okay with it.
Okay.
All right. Because you're a history book.
Right. So it can be dense. It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was. I was rage watching.
You need something to take your mind off of it.
I saw a guy get hit by a car this weekend.
Dude, we are bouncing around too much. We got to finish the humanity story.
Well, okay.
No. Stay on the car. You're super excited about it. Okay. Tell me what happened. Set this up. What were you doing this weekend? This is a callback to our locally hated, by the way.
Yeah. Now the whole locally hated makes sense. Yeah. So I got so wrapped up in your weekend review that I forgot about mine because we got talking about chilies, and I was like, man, some daggone chicken tenders.
Dude, Nashville hot mozzarella.
So I've been working on a trailer, and I'm having to go work on it. I can't get it in my yard. It's too big to work on. And me and Dad's been helping me. So we were going to get a Bojangles biscuit to start the day. And we got to the Chick-fil-A on Taylor Street. And Dad goes, oh, I hope that was something that fell off that truck. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, that right there in the road. I said, nope, that's a dude.
Whoa.
And I said, that's a bicycle.
So did you actually watch the accident happen, or did you roll up immediately after?
I think Dad saw the guy hit the ground.
Okay.
And thought it was something that fell off a truck.
Whoa.
Dude was not moving.
Yeah, he looked like debris in the road because he was not moving afterwards.
And what was crazy was people wasn't stopping. Like I stopped the right lane. I stopped right there and made people, it's like, whoa. Dad called 911. I pulled off, and then we pulled into the gas station. That's where I took the picture I sent you.
Yeah.
But it was an Asian lady dressed in all black like she was about to go to the nail salon and work. That hit him. And this was a nice Hispanic fellow, we think. We believe he was Hispanic. He was dark in skin. Now, I got to wondering if
dude, that's a traumatic thing, by the way. That's super traumatic.
Yeah, dude, it was. Yeah.
Because you didn't know if he was dead or not.
No, for a long time I thought he was dead because he didn't move.
Right.
He was there. He was on the ground out.
Right.
I'm like, I see a dead body.
Right. So what did you start wondering? You were about to tell me.
I was wondering if it happened to be an illegal or someone with a warrant, and the woman that hit him happened to be illegal, would it be offsetting penalties?
Ooh, if they were both here illegally.
Is it offsetting penalties, repeat first down?
Well, no, because she's a double offender. Like, she caused the accident and she's an illegal.
Yeah.
So if she wasn't illegal and she just caused the accident.
Probably the most racist we've ever been on the show. Just saying.
Do we need to stop?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
This poor guy got hit so hard his cash was laying out on the.
It was like
the road.
Grand Theft Auto Grip City,
This poor guy was hit that hard where he was literally a character from GTA.
Dude,
his cash is laying out. Everything is just strewn everywhere.
Pack of cigarettes.
And we're here on Monday morning talking about it, making fun of him.
Dude went full G. I'm for real. And see, I showed the picture to Charlie, and the first thing he zooms in on it, he goes, "Why is the cash laying on the ground?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Look," and I was like, Holy cow, dude! There's cash laying. So there's cash laying on the ground. There's cigarettes laying on the ground. Cell phones laying on the ground. It's like he got full GTA.
What do you
And-
want from him?
I mean,
Oh,
it's not funny that the dude got hit, but
GTA Griffin, dude.
in the times that we live in, where many people our age are familiar with the game and younger are familiar with the game Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
and how when you kill a character, you can pick up their money, their weapons, whatever they have. I've never seen it in real life. Was it life imitating art?
GTA Griffin, man.
That's the new one.
GTA Griffin.
GTA Griffin.
Live.
Live, dude. Here's the bad part. Here's the part. So we stayed right there at the gas station till the police showed up.
Sure.
You know, whatever.
Yeah. It was the right thing.
Go down half a block to Bojangles, get our biscuit, eat our biscuit. As we were sitting down with our biscuit, the fire truck pulled up. So that's the first emergency responder. As we're sitting down with our biscuit, we've already ordered now.
So there's cops and a fire truck now.
When we get done eating, the ambulance shows up.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. I wonder why. Why is the paramedics' response time so much slower?
I don't know.
You know, most of your firefighters are dual trained, right? Most
they're-
of them are
yeah.
firefighters and EMTs. But
Right.
still, like, why were the EMTs so slow to respond, man?
don't
Why
know.
was the ambulance so slow? Did they have
I
to
don't
jump it off, do you think?
I don't know. No, because they leave it running all the time. But I didn't see the coroner there, so that was a good thing.
That is a good thing. The guy was moving. Did you see him get on a
He
stretcher?
was moving. They were working on him when we drove back by because I wanted to look and see what was going on.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened to me this
Well,
weekend.
hopefully he continued to survive and recover and do well.
Yeah, so to get back to the manatees, Charlie went and swam with manatees.
In the beautiful Gulf of America, Charlie
The
is swimming.
beautiful Gulf of America.
Yeah, he's swimming with
And-
manatees. We call them sea cows, but they're actually descendants of elephants. Go on.
Yeah, thanks for that little factoid there. So there's rules.
Hmm.
You cannot touch the manatee,
Okay,
but the manatee can touch you.
of course. You can't control it. So
That's the rules. And one of the manatees hugged Charlie.
literally came up with its flippers and just
And
gave him a
held
little
him.
tap tap, or it held him.
It held him in a hug, in an embrace.
It was like, yeah, it was an embrace. It wasn't even like a bro hug. It wasn't even like, sup, dog. It was like, I got you.
I got you. And I have thought about that way too much.
Oh,
He come home from that and he left and went to Charlotte and he come back home Sunday. And he sits down on the couch and he's like, Dad, I got hugged by a manatee. So he's still thinking about it too.
whoa, dude. It just seems so warm, man. I had this feeling just wash over my body right now when I was trying to put myself in his shoes.
Yeah.
And it seems like such a warm embrace. It seems like such a nice spot to be.
Did you know the Spanish ate manatees?
I thought they didn't eat out of the sea.
Well, DeSoto did. This was a
DeSoto
different-
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
DeSoto was ruthless too.
Yeah.
That guy.
I don't understand especially after listening to this book, why we put him on such a pedestal. But anyway, sorry to ruin the vibe there. But
Well, he's
DeSoto
a
ate
failure
manatees.
and ruthless, terrible human being.
Anyway, speaking of Spanish, the
Yeah,
Panama Canal. Trump's like, we're gonna tariff the Panama Canal. We're gonna take it back.
right.
And they're like, no, we're not. So little Marco Rubio goes down there, and they're like, yeah, we're probably going to work with y'all on that.
Yeah. So I did little intimidating Rubio. I did do a little bit of diving on this, and I did a little bit of reading on this. So what Panama has agreed to do is back out of an agreement they had with China.
Right.
And I can't remember. It was roads and something.
Silk Road, something. I don't
some
know,
kind of
roads and
crap.
belts. I don't know.
Roads and belts. There you go. That's what it was. Roads and belts. And it was basically, this is one way that communist China is able to infiltrate and be in some sort of occupation in a lot of countries, is they come in and they offer these governments infrastructure. Like, hey,
Right.
we've got this huge workforce that is completely capable. We can come in and build your roads for cheaper than you can do it yourselves. Whatever. They offer these types of deals to these countries
Yep.
for breaks where they want them.
You mean they're using negotiating tactics similar to what Trump would use?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow. But Trump's
Yes.
a bad guy when he does that.
Well, here's the thing. Trump does it with our goods and things like that, which, as far as I can tell, he's doing it with our goods, which it does implicate some of our services, but
Mhm.
not necessarily sending our people to a foreign country
Right.
as slaves to build roads for whatever price I tell them to build it for.
Right. Right.
That's
so
what
they're
China's doing.
essentially using slave labor,
Yes.
the same slave labor that they used to build our telephone.
Yep. All of our data infrastructure, our technology infrastructure, all of that stuff. I mean, when you get down into it, America really subbed out a lot of that work.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's what we let them. We took them up on that to let them, I don't know, buy up all of our farmlands. I don't know what they got in return for all that.
That's fixing to end.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope somehow we're able to get them out, somehow able to cancel their purchase agreements or something. Like, I want them out. I want them gone. I don't want China owning our farmlands.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I don't want China operating in the United States.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't
Right.
mind buying their goods.
Right. I don't mind buying their goods either. That's a fine agreement. If we buy their goods, they buy our goods. I just don't want their companies coming over here and operating on some sort of and giving them a free pass and having all these back doors, because here's the thing with China specifically. No Chinese company is without rule of the Chinese government. Everybody reports to the Chinese government. That's my issue with China. It's not the companies themselves. It's that they all report to the government.
Did you know they had secret police working in the United States to keep their Chinese nationals in line over here?
Oh my gosh. You don't say.
Yeah.
You don't say. So they have government officials operating over here to
Yes.
keep their people in line.
Yes.
That's insane, Chucker.
Yeah.
That's insane. Man, my mind gets blown every time on this. When I start going down this rabbit hole of our relations, our foreign relations with other governments and other countries, my mind just gets blown every time, dude.
Yeah. And
Every time.
let's
So I want to finish. I want to wrap up that Panama
Okay.
thing. Panama is backing out of that agreement. They will not renew that agreement with China. But it as far as the Panama Canal goes, it's not like they're turning over ownership to America.
Right.
I want to make that clear. Like, we talked about that originally on the show, I think, like turning over the ownership of the canal. But this is progress. This is good. This is good. This is the direction we should be heading.
Right. And also Mexico this morning has said, yeah, we're going to play ball with y'all. So Trump said, okay, well, we'll wait 30 days on the tariffs to see if you're actually going to do it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I want us to have fair trade agreements. Look, I understand that America's a rich country, and I realize that other countries can benefit a lot from America. I understand that, but I also don't think that we should be subsidizing all these other countries.
No, we shouldn't have to bring up the whole world on our backs.
No. I do think that a strong America creates a strong rest of the world. I think a rising tide brings up all boats, right? So
Right.
if America's strong, I think it will raise Canada. I think it will raise Mexico. I think it will raise Panama, right? All of these things are
Right.
true.
Right. And like the Ukraine money,
Yeah.
Zelensky is saying, "Hey, we've only got 75 billion of the money that's been put out. Where's the rest of it?"
Mm.
So it's been getting laundered back to some of these politicians.
You don't say.
Yeah.
You don't say. Man, this is a sad, sad world we live in.
So while we're here and we're struggling to pay our bills as Americans, and people can't buy houses and they're being taxed and they're taking our tax money, and they're saying we're going to send it to Ukraine to fight this war against the evil Russia, and we're going to send this many dollars, and then the guy that's getting the money goes, "Hey man, somebody's been skimming off the top because I'm only getting," dude, that's like mob tactics.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, we're going to send you 80 billion or whatever, or let's just say 80 million this time, but you're actually only going to get like, I don't know, 50, but don't worry about the other 30. Don't worry.
Don't talk about that.
Don't worry. You're still getting 50. Look at the bright side.
So, yeah.
Oh, you need 50 million? We'll promise you 80 so that we can do what we need.
There's been since our last podcast, there's been 2 bad plane crashes.
Yeah, 2 really, really bad ones. Yeah.
There's not much information coming out about the second one. The first one,
tons of information, tons of videos. That's the one in DC.
There's a ton of videos on the second one, but
yeah,
that's going to be a tough one to figure out because that thing exploded when it hit. It left a crater. It comes in.
It was a huge fireball, man.
You know, with these planes falling out of the sky and stuff, now you see why them old heads look up at a plane every time it comes by.
Yeah, I don't feel so weird doing my flight tracker now.
Yeah, because you're like, is this one going to hit me?
What's their altitude? What's their flight speed?
So there was a helicopter slammed into the bottom of a plane, a small passenger plane, like a regional sized jet.
Yeah. What airliner was it? What liner was it again? I can't remember.
It was an American airline was who they were flying under, but it was actually like a subsidiary of it.
Sure.
But so there was
mercenary pilots. Pilots for hire, dude.
There was so the helicopter was coming down the river, and it was a little high in altitude, and a plane was coming down, and they should have went. Why? Why they would cross over within 100
Top Gun
feet
1
anyway.
taught me better. Top Gun 1, dude.
Yeah.
The jet wash, bro.
The jet wash. Why they even do what they do right there?
Right.
I mean, they had a near miss the day before.
Right.
Right. And man, it's sad. We lost like half of our freaking U.S. figure skating team.
Yeah, super sad.
We lost a group of duck hunters coming back from a duck hunt. And then the other.
Not hearing much about the 3 soldiers though. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't when I looked into it.
One of them was from Georgia. The woman that was piloting the helicopter. There's a lot of questions about that, and you can go search that on your own because she was not really a pilot. That wasn't her first job.
Okay.
You know,
I mean, that's
saying?
okay.
Like she was like, oh, this is something I like. I majored in politics and minored in flying this helicopter.
Okay.
That's why all the DEI stuff is getting talked about.
Okay, because one of my main issues was Trump pulling the DEI card immediately.
And
What I want to see a strong leader do is stand up there and I understand no matter what, you need to take accountability. You're the leader now.
right.
And instead of him just pulling the DEI card and being like, see, this is why. I wish he would have taken just a second and been a strong leader and just said, this is a terrible thing. And leave it. This is awful. If you have more questions, I've got my transportation secretary down there now. He'll answer your questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's such a child. He's so childish in his manners. You know what I mean? That he couldn't let the opportunity pass, right? Like,
well, it's because they're going to win.
We're talking about Trump. We're talking about Trump here. He can't let
Trump.
He can't let a plane crash go without bashing Biden and the Democratic Party and their tactics, right?
Yeah, I mean, so let's see. So yeah, this was a woman. She's got 500 hours of fly time in a Black Hawk.
Now the Black Hawk hit the bottom of the passenger jet. Who was directing the Black Hawk? Like, dude, they have to report to flight control just the same, right?
Right.
So, like, who were the operators in the tower? And those are the people. Those could have been DEI hires too. So, you know, they could have been.
So, the pilot was also a White House military social aide in the Biden administration.
Fascinating.
So, like I said, that wasn't her main. You know, she had
social aid worker.
Did she, you know, social? Okay. I guess she planned parties. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, take away from that whatever you want. Take away whatever information you want. That is what it is. She was the military social aid worker for Biden. Okay. Yeah. These plane crashes are crazy, man. They're sad. It's got my wife a little bit freaked out. She hadn't been on a plane in forever, and we're supposed to go on one this summer, and now she's getting worried.
Y'all gonna be fine.
I know. She's always refused plane rides. And I try to explain to her, I try to pull up the flight tracker all the time and just show her, like, look, there's this many in the air right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, 2 falling out of the sky in, you know, the last few years, that's...
We're okay.
But check this out.
Yeah.
That one that crashed in Philly.
Yes.
Was a med flight.
Right.
It was only like a minute in the air when it come down.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it took off and come back.
Whoa.
And when it come back into the ground, it was hauling butt.
Yeah, dude. That Learjet was fast.
So, you know, we hear that same size jet take off all the time at work.
Yeah. Private plane owned by
we kind of keep our ear out to make sure they clear the area when we hear one.
Dude, it sounds freaky. It sounds freaky.
Because I mean, the way that one banked and dropped, that's kind of like where we're at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It sounds freaky when it's taken off, man. If you're not expecting it, or if you don't remember it, like,
you're like, what is that?
And it's come in a couple of times really low, right over our building. And there was one time I hid under a truck. I thought the Russians were bombing us, dude. I thought it was over. I ain't even lying.
Yeah, they come in. So, man, thoughts with the families, prayers for the families. It's a bad deal.
It is.
You got a reaction video for me here, and then we're going to talk about our country song.
Yeah, man. I sent you a reaction video.
Have fun with my $160.
Have a nice day. God bless you.
Yeah, God ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you need God.
I know.
I'm gonna pray for you.
What?
I'm gonna pray for you.
Don't you pray for me.
Don't you pray for me. That guy was mad about something.
Yeah. I always like that one. Don't you pray for me.
All right. Let's see.
Oh,
chat.
yeah, we got to get back to this.
So a while ago, I was talking about I wish I could write a song about seeing Dale Earnhardt win a race,
right?
And hearing Freebird live,
right. And now I want to point this out. You are a mechanic. Have you ever written a song in your entire life?
I write songs for my dogs all the time.
Okay, so that's a no.
My dogs love them.
Chuck Oxenford, you can now write a song. You can be a songwriter.
Yeah.
That's what AI has given you.
That's
That's
right.
the ability it has given you. I just want to point that out.
Yeah. So
Now let's hear it. What did GROK? What is it? GROK?
GROK 2. So the first verse goes like this here. Well, I was sitting in the stands, sun beating down like fire. Dale Earnhardt out on the track, sparks flying higher and higher. The crowd was roaring, my heart was racing like a wild stallion free. That day in '98, when Dale took the number 3. Okay. So then here's the chorus. Oh, I saw the Intimidator win under a southern sky, and later that night, I heard the Freebird fly. Guitars screaming, drums a beating like thunder in the night. It was Dale Earnhardt and Leonard Skinner. What a perfect sight.
Dude. That reads good. Keep going. Is this the chorus? Are we to the chorus yet?
That was the chorus.
That was the chorus.
Oh,
Okay, good.
Verse 2. We drove down to the concert, dust on our boots, dust in our hair. The air was thick with memories of a race that won't compare. The stage was lit. The stage was lit with fire. Skinner played their song.
Yeah.
And as Freebird soared, I knew I'd never feel alone.
So good, dude. Sing that chorus again for us, Chucker.
Oh, I saw the Intimidator win under a southern sky.
Yeah.
And later that night, I heard Freebird fly. Guitars screaming, drums beating like thunder in the night. It was Dale Earnhardt and Leonard Skinner. What a perfect sight. Now here's the bridge.
All right, let me in on the bridge.
Life's like a race, you know. It's fast and sometimes cruel. But moments like those, they make you feel you can keep your cool. When every turn of life's wheel, I'll remember where I've been that day with Dale and that night with Skinner, the magic of win.
Yeah, dude. Did you get a little choked up there, Chucker?
I did, man. It's Dale.
Where did that take you, man? Where did that? Look at what GROK can do for you, man.
And then okay, so then you repeat the chorus and then the outro.
Yeah.
Now I tell my kids the story with a tear and a smile. Dude, this is awesome. Of how Dale took the checkered flag and Freebird went on for miles.
Yeah.
In the heart of Georgia, or wherever you might be, that memory's pure gold, like whiskey aged perfectly.
Dude, it even made reference to Georgia. It even gave your location. How freaking cool.
Oh, man.
You're telling your kids about it, your grandkids. Golly. You are. That's the thing. That's where it took you. It took you to telling your grandkids about that, right? Like, where did that song take you? What choked you up about it?
I don't know, man. I mean, like, Freebird's the ultimate song.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, the journey that Freebird takes you on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Dale, you know, like it refers to 98 when he won.
Right.
Daytona.
Yeah.
And that was that was big. It's like we all won that day.
Right. It was. It was like we all won that day. Gosh, what a moment that was.
So is yours similar to that?
So yes, it's similar. Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah.
You want me to run all the way through
We
it?
want to compare and
Yeah.
see who's the superior AI songwriter.
All
Me
right.
or you?
So my title is the title we gave it, Freebird and Dale.
Oh, I didn't get a title.
Oh yeah, mine titled it Freebird and Dale. I was just a young man, barely 17. My heart was full of fire, my eyes on a dream. I had a beat-up truck and a worn-out hat, but I was bound for the track, and I ain't looking back. The engines roared, the crowd stood tall, then Dale Earnhardt took the lead, and we all could feel it all. He crossed the finish line with a black and red streak. I could hear the crowd scream. I could barely speak. And here's the chorus. Oh, I saw Dale win that race. The king of Daytona, the smile on his face. And the skies lit up like the stars on fire, and they played Freebird by that Southern choir. That moment's burned in my soul so clear, when Dale earned his glory and Freebird filled the air. We go into verse 2. We headed to the after party, beers in our hands. Dale's number 3 on the TV. We all took a stand. And the band started playing, slow and sweet. Then a familiar tune, one that couldn't be beat. The guitar soared and the crowd went wild. Just like that night when the track turned wild. I felt the music run through my veins. With every note, we all felt the same. Back to the chorus. Oh, I saw Dale win that race. The king of Daytona, the smile on his face. And the skies lit up like the stars on fire as they played Freebird by that Southern choir. That moment's burned in my soul so clear, when Dale earned his glory and Freebird filled the air. And then here's the bridge. I can still hear the crowd singing loud, both Dale and the band making us proud. That Southern anthem rang through the night with a race car's roar and a guitar's light. They hit the chorus again, and here's the outro. Yeah, Dale's up there racing with the stars. Freebird still echoes from those southern bars. But I'll never forget that night so sweet when Dale won the race and Freebird played on repeat.
Golly. That is pretty good.
Dude, that line right there, yeah, Dale's up there racing with the stars and Freebird still echoes from the southern bars. Come on, man.
Dude.
Do you think AI gets emotional when it writes it?
How does AI do that? Like how? How does the AI know how to hit them strings, man?
Right.
I mean, AI just wrote a better country song than half the people in Nashville right now that think they're songwriters.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there's
we
a couple
should all
of them
be
that,
shaking in their boots, dude.
There's a couple of them that are songwriters, and you take and you give that to like Morgan Wallen or Luke Combs right now, and they could make a freaking hit out of it.
And no one would know any different, especially Morgan Wallen. He's so proficient. He puts out so much music. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that guy's ever written a song he ain't put on a CD.
No.
You know, every album he puts out has 30-something songs on it.
Yeah. Yeah, he put some songs out now.
That was good, man. That was a good segment. I'm glad we did that.
You know, the only thing better than that's that Bud Light commercial with Post Malone and Shane Gillis.
yeah.
Dude, that whole series is so funny. I hate that the Super Bowl commercials get out early now.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed those so much.
Yeah. I think they're going to have a long one for the Super Bowl.
You know, it's like comedy is back.
Yeah.
We can laugh at ourselves again.
Right.
Because
right.
I mean, really, when you watch that commercial, you're laughing at yourself.
But I think Bud Light's setting these up so that we know the characters.
Oh, so you think so? It's like a backstory.
Yes, and they're going to pay for like a 60-second ad,
dude,
on the Super Bowl Sunday. That's what I think. They'll pay for like a good 60-second. I mean, that's a long ad for the Super Bowl.
I mean, Bud Light's got a lot of work to do to get back to where they used to be.
Right. But imagine all these little 15-second clips we're getting right now are just backstory, right? That's just all backstory.
Backstory.
They're doing it. They're working their way back in, man.
But you know we talk about last week how great the beer commercials used to be. So, dude, and that's just the beer. What about the Doritos commercial? How good is it going to be this year?
I guess we'll have to find out, man. Are you going to watch the Super Bowl?
It might be on.
Oh, yeah, you work Super Bowl Sundays. That's right. It might be on. That's a good answer. Do you got a meme for me, or was the country songs our meme?
Dude, I've got a meme.
Okay, send it over.
I have got the meme. Like Arby's, we've got the meats. I've got the memes. This kind of ties back into what we were talking about pitchers and catchers reporting.
Yeah.
One of the best pitchers of all time.
Oh, here it is. This is a classic meme. This is back when I was on social media.
Dude, it's been around.
I asked Greg Maddux to paint my house, but all he did was paint the corners. And it's got a white house with a bunch of blue corners. It's so good, man. It's such a classic meme.
Did you know he called his own pitches?
Yeah.
By the end of his career, he was just giving a little indicator to his catcher where it was going.
Sure. Yeah, when you have a man like that, you don't go up there thinking you're going to tell him what to do.
I mean, his pitching, like when you start looking at some of his numbers, it's unreal.
Yeah. I know you've seen that clip of his catcher talking, and they were middle of the season, like rough game, but it was a good team that they were playing. And so Maddux knew they were going to face him again in the playoffs. So he threw this one big hitter in their lineup, a lob, basically, so that he would hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
And when his catcher was like, "What the heck, man? That's not the game plan. We both planned to pitch this guy inside, and then you called it outside. Why'd you call it outside? You knew he'd hit it out." He said, "Because we're going to see him again in the playoffs, and he's going to be looking for that pitch."
Yep.
And I'll get him looking. I'll strike him out, and that's what he did. He struck
that's
him out, dude.
Cold-blooded. That is
cold-blooded.
When you're looking at, we're going to the playoffs, and I'm going to face this guy.
Yeah. So you're looking 4 months down the road in some situations.
Dude, that's poker.
Right?
That's playing poker baseball.
The guy's a surgeon, man. He's an absolute surgeon.
Well,
unreal.
Man, it's been a good show.
It has been, man. Thank you, Chucker. It has been a really good show. We got to hit our shout-outs, man. Roll through them, Chucker. You know what they are.
Let's see. We got Da Vinci's Pizza. Go over there and get your pizza. They work with our race team. We got the Eating Chambers.
Yeah, come on. Check them out on YouTube.
We've got the Eating Chambers. We got Devotee. Podcast Sundays at Devotee. Go listen to a good sermon, which I probably need to listen to again.
Yeah.
You get it twice or 3 times or 4 times, however many times it takes to get it through your head.
I was thinking about starting a podcast where I narrate the Bible, because my wife can't stand the voices of the Bible app, and she listens to the Bible a lot.
Dude, how long would it take you to go through?
Oh, I don't know, but think about how edifying that would be for me.
So you wanted to be a voice actor.
Right.
So what are you going to call the podcast? The Bible with John. Today on the Bible with John.
I guess. Every week I'm just.
Are you going to go in order, or are you just going to go where you're led?
I would think I would go in order. but I could just do whatever. But yeah, I was thinking about doing this, man. I was thinking about doing it because I don't know if you've ever listened to the Bible app. It does not have good narrators. They suck.
No, they are subpar. They're about like your average. So like, you know how my complaint with contemporary Christian music, which is getting better, the production's getting better, but you remember in the 90s how it was kind of like trying to be.
Yeah.
Like if you go back and listen to that 90s stuff, it's like, oh, we've got a beat. No, you don't have a beat.
Right.
And well, the Bible app narrators are kind of like that. It's like we're trying to be these good audiobook narrators, but this is all we could get.
But they're still so computer-ish about it. That's my thing, is they sound like bots. They sound like robots.
It'll be John reads Genesis.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 1.
Genesis chapter 1 in the beginning.
Bingo. I think it would be cool.
What translation will you use?
So that's an interesting question. I have not decided on that yet. However, I will say that I've been mostly reading the CSB lately, and that's what I preach out of as well, is the CSB. Because I'll tell you why. It's because thought for thought and word for word, it's the closest
I know what
you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's as close as you can get with both best of both worlds, right?
Right.
Like, it gives you the best of both. It's still readable. You know how the King James is like not readable, but word for word, it's very accurate. And so
you don't want to be like thou'st.
No, I don't. I don't want my sentences to be all mixed up, and I want to be able to read it. Like, I'm sorry. I know that's weird, and I know that takes away from the accuracy of the original text. But I think there's a good median. There's a good middle point for both, and the CSB is the one that I've been using recently.
You don't want to go, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
It does sound nice.
Feel no evil. For
it does
thou
sound nice.
Art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. You don't want to read it like that? I mean,
Not really.
You don't want to do Shakespeare.
Not really.
I understand.
But when it comes to reading the Bible, I think the NIV reads the best.
It does read a lot better, but
so
I also
yeah. So I don't know. When it comes to reading, which I would think that if it reads better, it would listen better. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, not a clear-cut idea.
I like it. What if that's the one that makes you millions?
What if, dude?
Dude,
what
it's
if?
like that one gets John reads the Bible. That's just the name of it.
Yeah, you might be onto something.
This week on John Reads the Bible, it's John reading John.
Yeah.
It's a 3-letter John reading 4-letter John.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be anything about me. I don't want it to be like, I don't want to give it an intro. I just want to be like, hi. Or not even. I may not even be like, hi. I may just be like, John chapter 2. You know, like
I'll do your intro. It's this week on John Reads the Bible. John,
listen as John goes in
depth with. He's going. Are you going to read the little? Are you going to click on the little note and read the note?
The Bible commentaries. I don't know. I don't know if I don't think I'll do the commentaries. I don't think I'll do the commentaries.
No. See, also,
that's my Patreon. My Patreon.
Yeah, the commentaries. If you would like to hear my commentary on this, you can subscribe to my Patreon. It's only $1 a month.
Dude, we've got the business model set up. Oh, great show, Chucker. 182 in the books, brother. It's all over.
don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. Peace.
You're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it